Hey everybody, Jeff Sutherlin here, EXP. Today we're going to be talking about how to evaluate an offer. So you've done all this work, you've gotten your house looking so amazingly well. Now the offers came in, your agent did a great job. Now it's time to evaluate an offer. One of the first things you should be asking your agent to do is run a net sheet. And that is where the agent can put together a document which basically spells out what you are going to net on the transaction after you sell the house. Well, in order to do that, the agent has to be pretty astute on all the different fees that are involved in the transaction that would be coming off of your net. That would involve the agent's commission. There'd be title fees on that, possibly. There would be escrow fees, potentially. Other fees that have to do with possibly concessions, giving the buyer concessions to help them purchase the home, maybe credit to closing costs. Maybe you're deciding to pay for a warranty for the buyer. All of those concessions and fees need to be incorporated into the net sheet. The agent should then be able to put that in front of you and say, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is what you are going to net out of this transaction. So that's one of the first things you're going to do when you bring in an offer, when an offer is evaluated. And you have several choices when an offer comes in. You can accept it, you can reject it, or you can counteroffer it. And those are things that you'll discuss with your agent. Now, in my world, I control the process, and the client controls the decision. So whatever the decisions are, I give the client the different outcomes that could happen and say, if you decide this, this is what could happen. These are all the things that could happen. If you decide this, these are all the things that could happen. So I equip them with knowledge from the very beginning of our relationship because I want them to be very empowered and educated to make key decisions for their family. Okay. I control the process. They control the decision. So as we evaluate the offer, there's many things to look at. There's terms. When is it going to close? Okay. How long is the inspection period? Is it 10 days? Is it 12 days? What are they asking for as far as how long do they need to do due diligence on the property? Is it a finance transaction? Is it a cash transaction? If it's financed, who are they getting their loan from? Is it a reputable lender? Do they have a reputable pre-qualification letter that is coming in with the offer? Do you trust that that was actually a really good pre-qual, or should you be following up with that lender? I always follow up with my lenders for my buyers that make offers on my property, on my listings, because I want to know a little bit more about the seasoning of that funds, how strong is their approval. Now, again, there's privacy laws. Lenders can't share most things with us. That they have a fiduciary service with their buyers, but there's certain things they can share to give me a better idea of, how that loan is going to be structured. If it's a cash deal, does the buyer have proof of funds? Do they have liquid funds to actually cover the actual purchase price of the home? That's kind of important if they come in cash. And as you know, if they come in cash, they typically try to come a little bit lower, right? If they're a cash buyer, you don't have to worry about a loan or an appraisal. So those are things that you can certainly be asking for is, where is the cash? Show me the money. What's the earnest money? The earnest money is good faith money. That's money that the buyer puts down to say, yes, I'm interested in this home. This is my consideration for wanting this house. And this is the amount of money that I'd like to put up to let you know how serious I am. And that earnest money typically gets credited towards the balance of the purchase price at the closing table. So it goes towards that. So we talked about all those different things. When is the closing date going to happen? Again, the earnest money should be deposited typically within a couple days after the executed contract happens. In the state of Arizona, after an executed contract happens, when the buyer and the seller have a meeting of the minds, the next day starts day one of the contract, which is the contract timeline. All things are geared towards that timeline. Day one starts the day after the executed contract. That means the inspection period starts, the loan approval process starts. All of these things happen along the way. So you need to quiz your listing agent on how well they know the contract. Ask them, can you run me through the process A to Z on how I sell a home contractually in Arizona? What a great question that would be, right? You're going to see, do they understand this contract? They should. It's their career. It's what they do. Everybody that's in real estate, if they're taken seriously, in my opinion, should understand the purchase contract. It should be like imprinted in their mind. And then they should be able to explain it in an easy to understand way. Okay. So these are all the things that we're going to do as we evaluate an offer. You're going to be talking with your agent. And then hopefully, whether you counter offer or you just accept the offer, we have a deal. And we have a deal. So our next video will be on the day one. What do we do at day one after we have a deal done? Thanks, guys, for listening.